If you want to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life, you have to avoid most of the weight loss advice out there. No matter how popular it is, no matter how many of your friends are following the advice, because most of the advice out there is not ideal for long-term weight loss. It's only ideal for short-term success. If you're trying to lose weight for a week or a month, that's okay, but realize that you will regain the weight. But if you want to avoid the pain and the frustration of losing weight and then regaining it, you have to avoid most of the advice out there. And today, I'm going to share with you 5 popular weight loss strategies that you must avoid if you're trying to lose weight and keep it off long term. Let's dive right in. So the first strategy to avoid is using detoxes. Detoxes are so popular nowadays, and for many reasons. The 2 main reasons is that the experts who recommend them argue that they'll help you get rid of toxins and that they'll help you lose fat. Now keep in mind that losing fat is something you can do without doing a detox. And as for toxins, your body does an incredible job getting rid of toxins without you needing a detox. The liver does that, so you don't need a detox to get rid of toxins. And some of the popular detoxes that are out there are tea or smoothies and the juices. And also some people do soup detoxes. None of these are effective. Now, one of the main reasons why all of them are not effective is because of sustainability. How long can you just go by drinking tea or by drinking a smoothie or soup without eating solid food? Maybe you can go for a week or 2 weeks, but you will eventually get to a point where you want to eat a solid food. And when you get to that point, the weight will shoot up like a rocket. So the best thing to do is avoid them altogether and realize that they have no benefit if you're trying to maintain weight and keep it off long term. Now keep in mind that following a detox actually requires discipline. So why not apply the same discipline in a strategy that you can use for the rest of your life, like exercising and following a healthy diet, instead of torturing yourself with this. Then the second strategy to avoid is waste. These are very popular as well, and some celebrities even endorse them. And I know people who strongly believe that a waist trainer is all they need to have a flat stomach, but it's not that simple. One of the things that I usually tell people who believe this is just go around and ask the healthiest person that you know if they use a waist trainer. And the chances are they don't. Actually, they can be very problematic because they've been shown to lead to problems like even hurting your organs. Why do they hurt your organs? Because they squeeze them. When you're wearing a waist trainer, you're squeezing your organs, and that can really do a lot of damage in your internal organs, your intestines, your liver, and so on. They are also not good for breathing. They can lead to breathing problems. And depending on the type of waist trainer you're wearing, if you're wearing one that makes you sweat, it can lead to skin infection because sweat will be stuck on your skin for hours and it's filthy. It can lead to infections. So waist trainers are problematic and they can lead to lots of health problems. If all you want is a flat stomach, I would advise you first lose the fat. Once you lose the fat, focus on building your abdominal muscles. And you don't just build the rectus abdominis, which is the front abdominal muscles, but also build your oblique muscles as well. That way you'll have a slim waistline and you'll have a firm belly. So avoid waist trainers altogether. It doesn't matter because there are different types. There are those that vibrate, those that make you sweat, those that you can wear for an entire day. It doesn't really matter. Just avoid them altogether and save that money on grocery shopping maybe. Then number 3 to avoid is pills and supplements, also known as fat burners. There is a whole industry based on this, fat burners. Now there are some that are actually effective. research shows that some can help reduce appetite and enhance fat burning, but they're only effective for a short duration of time. They may be effective for like 3 months and then they become obsolete. So what you need to do is avoid them and follow strategies that can work long term. Something as simple as drinking water before meals is effective for controlling hunger. It will be effective today and it will be effective next year and even 5 years from now. But if you're using a fat burner right now, it may work. You may be able to curb your hunger maybe for a month or 2, but then eventually you'll get to a point where it's not working. At the same time, research shows that the only way supplements and pills and supplements work is if you maintain a healthy diet and exercise. So at the end of the day, you're still going to need the discipline to exercise consistently and eat the right foods. So you don't need them. All you need is just eat the right foods and exercise and be consistent. And keep in mind that many of them lead to lots of health problems, because one of the main reasons why they are problematic is the high caffeine levels that you'll find in these supplements. They are very high in caffeine, and caffeine can lead to sleeplessness. It can lead to anxiety, and some can even lead to death. Just do a quick Google search and you'll see stories of people who have died because of fat burners. So they can be deadly. Just keep that in mind, that they are not this thing that you just take and then you lose weight. You still have to eat healthy and exercise. And keep in mind that most of them don't work. Actually, the few that work, it's a very small percentage of fat burners that works. So most of them don't work. So I would advise you avoid them altogether and focus on building discipline. Then the fourth strategy to avoid here is avoiding all carbs. This is a big one, and maybe you're a victim. Maybe you're avoiding all carbohydrates right now. It's not a good idea because we live in a world full of carbohydrates. There is no other macronutrient which is as popular as carbohydrates. So if you're avoiding carbohydrates, do you think that's something you can do for the rest of your life? Personally, for me, I can't. But if you do believe strongly that you can do without carbohydrates for the rest of your life, maybe you can ignore this point. But if you're the type of person who is maybe on the keto diet, but you feel like you're just denying yourself so much and you're just waiting for the day that you reach your weight goal and then go back to eating carbohydrates, realize that you're going to end up regaining all the weight that you lost, because the strategy that you use is not a strategy you can sustain long term. Keep in mind that not all carbohydrates are unhealthy. Some are very good for your health, and they contain fiber, they contain nutrients, and that they can improve your health and even enhance weight loss. So not all carbohydrates are bad. Good sources of carbohydrates include sweet potatoes, they include yams, green bananas, arrowroots, and so on, and processed carbohydrates. So when it comes to carbohydrates, only avoid the processed types. Don't avoid all carbohydrates, because carbohydrates won't make you fat if you eat the right type. I hope that's very clear. Then the final strategy to avoid is using a diet only approach. Now, just like every other strategy that I've just talked about here, this one works as well. You'll get results if you just focus on diet alone without exercise. But that's a big mistake. As we grow older, we are losing muscle mass. And if you're only using diet to lose weight, realize that you're going to lose both muscle and fat. And you're going to have a flabby body. You're going to have a body that is not really firm. And you're also going to struggle with a slow metabolism because you have less lean muscle in your body. You're also not going to be strong. You're also going to lack balance. And these are vital when you're trying to stay healthy, because if you lack balance, chances are you're going to fall. You might hurt your hip or your knee. So there are many benefits to exercise. And Another benefit is strengthening your core. When you're doing workouts, it will keep your core strong, which is very important because you use your core in every movement, going up the stairs, lifting things. So using a diet-only approach is not a good idea. It may work if you're 20 years old because you're not losing muscle at 20 years. But if you're over 30 years old, this is not the approach. This is not the way to go. And I just look around the healthiest people you know, you'll realize that they exercise and that they are active. Now, if you're the type of person who is saying, but Brian, I hate exercise with a passion, I just don't like it, what should I do? I would advise you just start with the easy exercises. You can start with walking and going up and down the stairs. Actually, stair climbing is a great exercise because it will allow you to build muscle at the same time. You won't just be burning fat, you'll also gain some muscle mass. So I would advise you don't follow a diet-only approach. Do workouts, do strength training, and do cardio as well. So these are the 5 popular weight loss strategies that you must avoid if you're trying to avoid the pain and the frustration of losing weight and then regaining it every other time. If you've tried a diet before, maybe you have that experience. You know the excitement that comes with losing weight and then the disappointment when you realize that the number on the scale is just going up day after day. So if you don't want to go through that pain again, avoid these strategies altogether and find a plan that works long term. And I have a plan that can help you lose weight for the rest of your life. I've had people who have gone through the program for about 2 years now, and they have still not regained weight. Now, I'm not saying that everyone that goes through the 6 weeks weight loss challenge never regains weight. Some do, but it's only because they stop following these habits. They stop exercising and they stop just following the diet plan. At the end of the day, you still have to exercise and eat healthy. There's no plan that is going to guarantee you that once you do this, you're going to lose weight and never regain it. You still have to maintain the right habits. Only that, with the 6 weeks weight loss challenge, the exercises and the diet plan are so easy to maintain long term. So if you're trying to lose weight right now, I would advise you join the challenge by clicking the link in the description below. I'll show you exactly what to eat in every meal and the exercises to do. I hope the video was helpful. If you liked it, please share it with your friends so that they can avoid the same mistakes maybe you've made in the past. Like the video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.